We welcome you back inside the CBS Arena here in Newfoundland and Labrador, just outside the city of St. John's. Game number 2 of 9 today. This will be a game between the Newfoundland and Labrador Selects and the Caledon Kings from Ontario. Newfoundland and Labrador Selects down to our left in the predominantly blue, some red and white trim. The Kings to our right in the white and black and a little bit of red. It's the color commentary. In goal to our left for Newfoundland and Labrador, number 31, Tyler Comden. And we will get you the Kings goaltender in just a moment. First up, we will have the national anthem. In goal for the Kings, it's number 1, Anthony Loviza. All right, set to get underway in this one, our second game of the day, another game of the boys under 15. As mentioned earlier, we will have 9 games for you today on our AO.live broadcast schedule from the CBS Arena. At the Glacier, Ashley Haley is having the play-by-play for you. Got a video stream coming from the Robert French. All right, the Selects move it out through center. Cameron Hay. Back for the Kings, Evan Borges. Got a penalty coming up to the Selects right away. Kings get the goalie to the bench in favor of the extra attacker. And it's touched up. And the Kings will go on the power play. And we've got our time clock back. Missing an action in the first period. Kings on the power play for the next couple of minutes, barring goals or penalties. DeRose working behind the goal. Got it to De Silva. Poked back to the point. On it there's Strain. Strain working against Flynn. Flynn took it away. To the blue line, no further. It's right on the blue line now, brought in. Poked into the corner. DeRose fed it behind the goal. Acachella, and it will come out over the center red line. So the Kings will have to gain the blue line again. De Silva. They go the other side. They get it in, but it's knocked out to center by Earl. Then played into the corner. On it first for the Selects, Cameron Hay. Kept in by Ferlito. Williams can't get it out. Kept onside. And then cleared down the floor. Lavisa leaves it for Ferry. Long power play here for the Kings. It was high sticking, 4 minutes. Still 2:21 left to go in the power play. Kings set up. Comes back at the point. DCO has it again. Keeps it in. It's Ferlito. Ferry. Ferlito trying to work it out in front of the goal. Selects come up with it, and they will clear it down the floor this time. Minute 49 to go in the power play. Dylan Ayub will start it out. Ayub brings it in himself. Tried to split the defense. Cut off there. Ran over the Selects defender. Fran Labrador come up with it. Down the floor it goes. That's going to go right to the goaltender, and he's going to have to hold on to it. So face off in the Kings end, minute 30 to go in the power play. Well, minute 32. Selects won the face-off and stolen by the Kings. Acachella. He lost it, now short-handed. Blake tried to get around Borges. Borges did a good job. Maloney around the boards. Gets it to Norman. He's cut off. Backhand went through the crease. Cave one hands it out to center. Still kept in, still onside. Strain knocks it down, now controls it. Slap shot stopped by the defense, then cleared to the boards. 40 seconds left in the power play. Can't get it out, it's heading towards center red line, now it comes out. On it first, Blake. For Cave. Cave had it taken away. Harnham gives it to Duffett. Oops, let's go the other way. There's Borges. Wrong team there for just a second. De Silva into the corner. 7 seconds to go in the power play. Acacella scores! Just as time was about to run out, 4-minute power play, they score with just 2 seconds left to go. I believe that was Julio Ferry. In the corners, Acacella throwing it in front there. Oh, there's Ferry, number 23. Takes the feed, 1-0. The Selects killed 3 minutes and 58 seconds of that power play, but not the final 2. Dumped in, Levisa's got it, he'll hold on. Burleton, Norman was on him. Burleton forced to go back. Moves it up to Yakinuk. That's dumped in by Yakinuk, but from his own side of center. Jordan Flynn to take the face-off for Newfoundland and Labrador up against Dylan Ayub. He'll be poked out. Hustling back to get it. Williams. Chafe. Flynn jumping in on the play. Back at the point. Earl didn't get through. Shot down the floor, and that's going to go for a flooring call again against the Kings. De Silva for the Kings against Earl. Actually, Duffett of the Selects. Silva wins it back into the corner. Picked up back there by Riley Daw, and then it's taken back by the Selects. Earl. Back come the Kings. Strain. Ball stays with him. Stops along the board. Strain. To De Silva. Can't get a shot through. Jones clears it. Hops over the stick of Dobb. He'll go back to retrieve it. Around the boards it comes to Hedges. Good hustle by Benjamin Duffett to get their first for the Selects. Hernham headed along the boards momentarily, taken away by Daw. Comes back to Hernham. Hernham in around behind the goal, leaves it back there. It was thrown right through the crease. It comes out, but it's stopped at the blue line. A good play by Quinn Norman. Then he shot it wide down the floor. It comes again. I'm going to get to it before it crosses the goal line. DeRose was trying to work his way out in front. Back of the point, Atman. Kicked away by Comden. That shot got through. Here's De Silva cutting into the middle. Duffett sends it down deep, then he'll head to the bench. Picked off by Earl. Earl will take it in over the left side, in over the blue line. Driving it down into the corner, pinned against the boards by Borges. And the Kings come up with it. Out at center, it's picked up by Williams. Brought in onside by Blake, and then he was checked. Blake trying to stay with it. Good work there by Ferlito of the Kings to come up with the ball. He won that battle. To Ferry, the goal scorer. Oops, Camden played it into the corners. Defenseman was expecting to get it behind the goal, but they come up with it. Williams. Over to Earl. Gets over the top of everybody. And the face-off will come back down in the selects end. Once this game is over, we'll switch to the boys U17. New Tecumseh Extreme taking on Newfoundland and Labrador Selects. Will be the boys U17. Still a long ways to go in this one. Goes up into the mesh, out of play. Face-off will stay right there. Face-off won by the Kings. Comden plays it in behind his own goal. Sayub trying to get free. Cave for the Selects. Overran it for just a second. Still against the boards over there, right outside the Kings bench. The Kings come away. They're winning the battles along the boards here in this first period are the Kings. Raggio got it out to center, but kept onside. Long shot in by Cave. No trouble there for Lavisa. Both teams changing. Kings try to get in a late change. The referee will send a couple of players back to the bench. Silva against Flynn. Flynn wins this one. Turns, shot it wide. On it first, DeRose. That's taken. Here's Flynn with a chance. That was blocked by the defense. Riley Dog got in the way of that. Chafe poke checked as he got in over the blue line by Hedges. Flynn shot went off a stick into the corner. Try and feed it back to the point. It's picked off. Back come the Kings. Well, that's way offside if they touch it. They don't. Player with the ball stopped right on the blue line. So teammate kept going. Hampton lost it. Shot right on goal. Good save by Loviza. Reed Chafe with the chance. Hampton 2-on-1. All alone in front. They score. Delcio. DCO. That 2-on-1 happened. A Newfoundland and Labrador player went down at the far blue line. One of the select players stopped and argued with the referee for a while, didn't get back. And that's what set up the 2-on-1. That's why DCO was so all alone in front. Got caught up arguing the call instead of getting back. Don't throw the young man under the bus by saying who it was, but that's what happened. Jones trying to come back. It's cleared down the floor. No flooring. Williams back to get it. Gave it away. Here's DCO again. This shot right on goal. It rattles around. Cleared finally by the goaltender, but not that far. Just away from his crease. Kept in by the Kings. Ben Ampnan gets an assist. Into the slot, back at the point. A shot off the stick. That'll go up and out of play. Down to 3:18 to go here. First period, 2-0 for the Kings over the Selects. Work by Riley Dodd at the point. The ball got by him, but he hustled back, kept it onside. Beard. He's poke checked. That's still onside. Ayub. He's stopped. Riley Dodd goes the other side. They were trying to get it to number 15. I'll get that for you in a moment. Up along the boards. Players pile in there. Daw has it. He's pinned to the boards. Kings able to move it out. They'll get it out over the red line. Stopped by Lambswood momentarily. Now they'll bring it in. Lambswood back behind his goal. To Silva. Pass is picked off. Selects will come back. Power. The pass up ahead. Power gets the return pass. Owen Power. He's dispossessed by De Silva. Strain gets it in over the blue line for De Silva. De Silva holding. Shoots, and a good glove save made by Comden. Under a minute to go now. Just under a minute. 59.5. Into the final minute, as they just announced. Kings looking for more, already leading by 2. They'll turn it over at the blue line. Chipped ahead, on it first is Cave. Comes back at the point. Williams, long shot in, wide of the goal, picked up on the far side, backhanded in by Power. Then he has it taken away. Furleton, one-handed in by Ferry. Earl Earl behind his own goal. Got to be careful here. Ferlito's on him. Ferlito goes to the boards. Earl wins that battle to Williams. To Flynn. 5 seconds to go. One last shot. Went just wide. The stick went in the air, but it just missed the post with about a second and a half to go. So the first 15 minutes comes to an end. 2-0. Caledon Kings leading Newfoundland and Labrador Selects. We'll take a break and back in 2 or 3 minutes with period number 2. Let's hear from Napper. So after a very quick break, back with period number 2 in this U15 boys game. Kings lead it 2-0 after the first period. And right away the ball goes out of play. Out it comes and down the floor. Flynn has to go back to get it. Saluge on him is number 15. We said we'd get that for you. Saluge makes the pass across and Kakanuk buries it. 3-0. Just 38 seconds into the second period. Flynn had it, lost it to Saluge. He'll make the pass over to his teammate. 3-0. Discussion over at the Kings bench. Oh, something, a little liquid on the floor. DeRose takes it down deep in Select's territory. In to help out is his teammate Strain. Continue to work in behind the goal. Hay came up with it, comes to the front of the goal, bounces back in behind. Back at the point. Borges, long shot, knocked down in the high slot. And that'll go into the timekeeper's bench. Both teams will get in a change. Face-off win for the Kings. Up against the boards, it's centered and dumped in. Cacella. He lost it. Hedges back together. Kings back in their own end. They turn it over. Duffett. Shot blocked. Nobody in the corner behind the goal. Comes loose. Kings have it. Tried to feed it out in front. That's picked off and tipped away. It'll be kept onside. Good work by Yakinak, the goal scorer. That was 6 rather. Burleton back at the point. Earl turning against the boards. All over him was Ferlito. Jones. Up the boards, gets it to Harnham. He's stopped. Backhanded in right on goal. Leviso will leave it there for Burleton. Again, good hustle by Duffett to keep it onside. Still not out. Anstey plays it towards the goal. It was kicked away by the goaltender, Leviso. Getting around the outside now. Saluj. Yakinak with him again. This time Saluj on the left side. Ayub with a shot from the high slot. Kicked away by Comden. De Silva. Back to Saluj. Right on goal. Compton calmly plays it to the boards. Yakinak still loose at the side of the goal. Saluj battling for it there. Off the boards, but that's picked off. Yakinak. He lost it. Following up on it is Ayub. Saluj. That'll go up into the mesh and out of play. They'll bring the face-off outside the blue line. 10:56 to go. Second period, 3-0 for the Kings. Flynn, partial break. Flynn with a shot, diving back to get a stick on that was Rowan Hedges. Deflected it over the top of the goal. Now rolls into the goaltender. He'll hold on. Araggio got it to his teammate. Ferry just missed De Silva. De Silva go to the boards, knocked off his stick. Araggio. It's going to be a penalty. It's going to go against the Kings. 2 minutes interference to go to the captain, Gianluca De Silva. Power play for the Selects. If they can take advantage of this and get themselves back in it, trailing by 3, cut into that lead. Still loads of time left in this game. They win the faceoff. Well, they're going to redo the faceoff. An issue over at the timekeeper's bench. Bit of a tough one there for Newfoundland and Labrador. They win the faceoff cleanly, but it's called back because of a violation by one of the Kings players. And right now we're showing 10:14 on the time clock, a minute 48 on the power play. I think they've got some time to put back on that power play. They just dropped the ball once, nothing happened, so 2 minutes back up. Now we're underway. Again, they win it cleanly to the Selects. Got Flynn back at the point. He's got the ball now. Over on the left side is Simmons. Flynn with a little trouble with it and then lost it. Short-handed. Ayub. Got it to Acocella and save was made. Flynn is down in the crease. That's the Newfoundland and Labrador player. He's claiming he got clipped back just outside the Kings blue line. That's what led to that 2-on-1 short-handed. He's going to stay out. Minute 39 left to go in the power play. Face-off win for the Selects. Can't bring it in. That would have been offside. Flynn. Now they'll gain the zone. Bring it back out. Come to Flynn. Blake cutting in and shot one off a stick over the top of the goal. On it first is Chafe. And for Philpott, long shot in. Goalie reached out with the glove, missed it. But the Kings come up with it, and that'll help out the Selects as the clearing attempt went over the glass. Philpott to take the face-off for the Selects. He'll go up against Ferlito of the Kings. Selects win it cleanly. Flynn shot, went off a leg, knocked down in front. It's still loose in the slot. Getting to it was Simmons, but it went off a Kings player's stick and up into the mesh. Kings win it, but can't get it out. Flynn still out there. Chafe. Back to Flynn. Wrist shot over the top of the goal. Rebound was there. One-handed attempt, but the goaltender Lovisa read that. That was Brandon Philpott. Alert play. Saw it come off the end boards. Dovin got one hand on the stick. Got away a pretty decent shot. Lovisa also read it well. Made the save. .8:55 to go, second period. Timeout. Fouled by the Selects. Another penalty. That's the reason for the timeout. Second penalty called against the Kings. It's up on the board. Okay, now I see the second player in the box. That's number 10, Aaron Aragio. So down by 3, two-man advantage for the next 41 seconds. Newfoundland and Labrador want to try and take advantage of this, and that's the reason for the timeout. We'll discuss how they want to run this power play. Philpott against Ferlito. Ferlito won it. And sends it the length of the floor. All right, here we go. Still 30 seconds to go in the 5-on-3. See if Newfoundland and Labrador get it in over the blue line. They do. To Flynn. He'll work the right side. Back to Flynn. One-timer. Didn't get through. And cleared down the floor. Again, they gained the zone. First penalty is over. 5-on-4 now. Again, Kings win that battle, send it down the floor. So now just a minute to go in the one-man advantage. Flynn chipped it in, tried to go get it himself. That was rejected and sent down the floor. Simmons back to get it. 40 seconds to go in the power play. Norman just onside. It's at the cave. Shot over the top of the goal. Picked up by Chafe. That was a good shot. Second one, two good saves by Leviso. Landon Beard had that one really good chance in the slot. Just 5 seconds left in the power play. The shot did not get through to the goal. Cleared to the boards by Daw. We are even strength. And back come the Kings. Aragio staying with it. Gets it behind the goal. That attempt to get it out towards the blue line, picked off by Strain. Now the Selects have it. Beard was stopped. Maloney can't get it out. They'll have another chance. On the third attempt, they get it down the floor, but there'll be a flooring call against the Selects. They will change things up with 6:04 to go, trailing 3-0. Up next in about 45 minutes, scheduled, boys under 17, new Tecumseh Extreme, and the NL Selects U17 team. Brought in DeRose with a shot. Caledon forced to make the save. To center, no further. Brought right back in. DeRose. Jones watching him along the boards. It's thrown in front of the goal. Caledon comes out, grabs it before Blake Strain could get a stick on it. Unable to get away there was Reed Chafe. And the Kings dump it back down in the select end again. Chafe back to get it. Chafe loses his balance, turned it over. Kings have it along the boards. Ferlito lost it. Coachella kept it in. DCO, his shot wide. Goes high in the air down in the corner. On it first, Drew Anstey. Up to Chafe. Chafe will lug it out. Good pass on the right side. Chance here, they score! Good work by Chafe. Get it in over the blue line, then made the pass off to the right side, and that's Jordan Flynn. Puts it home for Newfoundland and Labrador. This is Chafe. So he'll bring it out himself in a nifty little pass. Flynn's got some room now on the right. Beats the goaltender, and Newfoundland and Labrador on the board. Trailing now 3-1. Selouge gets it in, to go right to the goaltender Compton. He'll hold on. About 4.5 left to go here in the second period. Our second of 9 games. There's another chance. Simmons scores! Back-to-back for Newfoundland and Labrador, and we've got a new game. Ball along the boards and just squirts loose. There you see Simmons just lurking there at center. The ball came to him. (3-2) now. Timeout Kings. Kings leading this one very comfortably just a couple of minutes ago. Seem to be in control of the game.
Newfoundland select first goal of the tournament, scored by number 13, Jordan Flynn.
Just announcing the first goal now.
Drew Anstey, number 19, Reed Chafe. Time of the goal, 4:40. That's Flynn for Anstey, Chafe for Neal. NL Select second goal of the game, scored by number 16, Joshua Simmons, assisted by number 10, Quinn Norman. Let's go, guys. Let's make some noise.
The energy level ramps up a little bit here at the CBS Arena. Player went down, no call. Comes to the front of the goal, Saluj. Quickly across to Yakinuk. Those two have worked well together in this period. Got one goal and created a couple of other good chances. Saluj dumps it down the floor. Say it went off the Newfoundland Labrador stick, so no flooring. Off the glass, out at center, kept onside by Ayub. Right up at center, the pass comes to Blake. Blake gets it in deep, hustling over in the far side, trying to get to it. First was Beard. Beard's got it. He'll turn. Half fanned on it. That would allow the Kings to bring it out. Williams down the floor. Play continues. Borges behind his goal. To Burleton. Burleton to Strain. Strain pushing on. Lost his stick. Shot went wide. Picked up by Duffett. Now Earl turning back behind his goal. We'll leave it back there for Williams. Williams, long ball down the floor. Getting back to clear it was Borges. To Ferry. Ferry lost it. Back come the Selects now, trailing by just one. Strain plays it back behind his goal. Picked up back there by Borges. Borges sets up behind his goaltender, Lavisa. To Ferry. That's stopped on the far side by Lambswood. Lambswood shoots it back in, and Lavisa will scoop that up. And we'll get a whistle in the Kings' end. Well, what a difference a couple of minutes can make. Face-off win for the Selects. Down into the corner, Owen Power. Got it in front of the goal. Lavisa with a couple of stops. It's still loose. It went under the goaltender, came out the other side. Power. Lavisa's lost his stick. Go into the corner. Ball goes up along the glass. Lavisa still without his goal stick. Kept it out with the right pad. Owen Power, good shift here for the Selects. Back at the point. Drifting it in towards goal was Lambswood. Cleared to the boards. Goalie's got his stick back now. Jones, feed it in front. And Lavisa got the paddle of that stick down, and the Kings forced to just get rid of it. Maybe the best shift, not maybe, that was the best shift of the game for the Selects. They spent a lot of time down in the Kings' end. Created 2 or 3 pretty good scoring chances. One on an absolute wild scramble that the goaltender was down. It was put underneath him. Somehow it came out the other side, missed the far post. Another face-off win for the Selects. Flynn back at the point. Got it to Norman, over the other side to Maloney. That was picked off. Can they get it out? They do. Down the floor it goes. Racing after it was Saluj, but getting their first Ayub for the Kings. Taken away. Flynn. Jordan Flynn. Good pass to Philpott. Back to Flynn down in the corner. Flynn up at the point high. Maloney. That pass misfired, and the Kings are able to move it out. Just 27 seconds to go in the period. Saluj clears it in. Maloney pinned against the boards. 20 seconds left. Players rather continue to fight for it back there. Goes high in the air. That'll stay in play. Time winding down now. One last shot off a stick and wide, and the second period comes to an end. Kings controlled the first half of this game, but the last 7 or 8 minutes of the second period belong to the Selects. And it's a 3-2 game now as we get ready for period number 3. Back in a couple of minutes. All right, so this sets up to what should be a pretty good third period. One goal separating these two teams. DeRose trying to break through, comes back at the point, went off of Zachary Earl into the corner. He goes in there, coming in to help out is his teammate Hay. Williams tried to get it to Earl. He was checked right away. Earl will settle it down behind his goal. A couple of Kings players go in there. They were aggressive on the forecheck. 3 across for the Selects as they come out. He's right back at the point. Lambswood steps around DeRose. Shot right on goal. I have no idea how Lavosa saw that, but he got the right pad down and stopped it. Now we'll go 2-on-1 this way. Off the foot of Lambswood. Compton plays it into the corner. Off the boards, but picked up by the Kings. De Silva. Araujo shot. Knocked down, bounced wide. Strain. Second chance there for DeRose. Fanned on the first one, put the second one wide. The ball was bouncing around on him. DeRose. De Silva scores. Sorry, DeRose just stayed with it. Stick-to-itiveness, as we say. DeRose going to the boards. Comes off the board, stays with it, and able to put the backhand through. But he had done a lot of work just prior to that. So full credit to Caius DeRose for that goal. Gives the Kings their 2-goal lead back. Maloney back to get it. Coachella lost it. Cave still going. Checked outside the blue line. Following up on the balls. Owen Power couldn't get it in, but Riley Cave does. Power trying to get in on the forecheck, but the Kings move it quickly. DCO shot. Compton had a peek behind him, but he's got it between the pads. Face off to the left of Compton. Goes in behind the Selects goal. Just get rid of it. Will this be enough for a flooring call? Looks like it will be. And in fact it is. So face off back down the Newfoundland and Labrador end.
Caledon Kings push the goal ahead. Scored by number 22, Jesus Delaine. Assisted by number 9, Gianluca Destiny.
Once again, Newfoundland and Labrador just get rid of it, but this will go right on goal. Leviso very conservatively holds it. Shots on goal, by the way, showing up on the big score clock as 24-21 in favor of Newfoundland and Labrador. Make of that what you will. Philpott in to take the face-off for the Selects. It was won by Dylan Ayoub of the Kings. Now Flynn has it along the boards. Turns. Shot right on goal. Rebound is there. They score. Leviso mishandled that shot by Flynn. And the rebound was put home. May have been Riley Cave. Happened so quickly. Ball bouncing, came off the dasher. You see Flynn just wins that battle right there. He's got it. Turns, quick shot on goal. And it is jammed home at the side of the goal. So here we go again. Just one goal in the difference. Ayoub gets waved out. Ferry comes in to take it. And Ferry wins it. Kings control from the face-off at center. It's knocked down at the blue line. Okay, it was 6 with the goal. Philpott. Flynn threw it right in front of the goal. It was tipped just wide. Chafe got a stick on it, couldn't find the goal. Kept in, thrown into the corner by Lambswood. Cave got it to the front of the goal. Lambswood pinches in, holds it in. That's Chafe rather at 19. Anstey unable to hold the line. He's got it again, but Newfoundland Labrador player Reed Chafe is down and hobbles to the bench. Face off outside the blue line. Won by the Selects. Brought in by Harnham. Puts it behind the goal. Again, it's cycled in front. A shot right on goal. Lavisa wasn't quite sure where that went. Went off him in the corner to his right. Maloney again keeps it down low for Newfoundland and Labrador. Borges on it first for the Kings. Borges working it out. That's stopped. Ball goes up in the air, high in the air, straight in the air. And I think they're going to say the Kings player closed his hand. Yep. Close the hand on the ball. You do that if you immediately drop it, but if you make any kind of move or throw it. So, because he actually kind of tossed it ahead to himself, the whistle went. That shot just wide of the goal by Strain. On it is DeRose. Plays it here into the near corner. Strain couldn't get to it first. Selects. Can't get it out. De Silva working around the outside. De Silva stopped up in the corner. Pushed to the boards, but keeps on going. The captain, De Silva. Back to Antman. Shot in by Borges. Hit a Newfoundland and Labrador player right at the blue line and came back out. Here's De Silva. Strain. That's onside. Strain. Down low. Looking for DeRose. Cameron Hay behind the goal. Giveaway. Brought in. Shot. Caught by Compton. Cacella picked that one off at the blue line. Clearing attempt up the middle. I've lost track of how many times we've talked about that on the webcast over the years. Both ball hockey and ice hockey. Simmons leaves it for Lambswood. Flynn, he's had a good game. Makes a move, gets around the outside, scores! Jordan Flynn having himself a morning here in CBS. Don't often see somebody get beat one-on-one like that, but it happened there. Here comes Flynn, beats his man around the outside, just keeps going, and shot high over the blocker, all the way back. Newfoundland and Labrador have come to tie it at 4 with 8:29 left to go. Power waved out. Jones will take it against Verlito. Turning around the outside, Nolan staying with him. Good defensive play was Burleton. Acachella gains the blue line into the middle, cleared away by the Selects. That'll get it out. Jones, he stopped at the blue line. Following up on it is Power. His shot goes wide. Power will go and get it himself along the board. Power into the slot area. Shot hit the outside of the goal from Ethan Jones. Here's Jones now behind the goal. Tried to backhand it out in front. Half hand on it. And it's chipped up into the mesh. And redo that face-off. That came right in the slot. Everybody missed it, came back to the point. Shot from Maloney did not get through, cleared down the floor by the Kings. Face off back in their end, down to 7:11 to go. Kings control it from the face-off. They'll get it out down the floor. Racing back quickly is Maloney. He's got Ferry on him. Maloney had it go off a stick up in the air. Again, a couple of Kings in there aggressively forechecking. Maloney does good work to get it up ahead. They'll turn it off the boards. Hampton, he went down, lost a shoe. Got a shoe sitting out there in the high slot area. You can probably see it. Shot right on goal, kicked away by Laviso. Blake cutting out in front, whistle goes. The referees will have a chat. Oh, looks like the net has been moved, the reason for the whistle. A discussion about who was responsible. They're saying it was a Kings player. So the face-off will stay down to our right. Flynn back out there again for the selects against De Silva. Cleared down the floor. This looks like it may go on goal. It does. Compton comes out to play it. Ahead to Williams. Flynn, here he comes again. Flynn around the outside. Flynn gets it to his forehand off the stick of Riley Daw of the Kings and out of play. Kings have it. It wasn't touched. Will they get to it? No, they won't. It's going to be another flooring call against the Kings. Down to 5:45 to go here in the third period. We've got ourselves a 4-4 tie. Caledon Kings, Newfoundland and Labrador selects. Knocked down by Lavisa. That was touched by a Newfoundland and Labrador player. The Kings will get to it first anyway. Strain. Flynn blocked that out of the air. It goes down to DeRose. Ball goes way up in the air. That touched the beam. No whistle. Play allowed to continue, but clear from here. That hit one of the rafters here at CBS Arena. Look out, a chance in front on the backhand. Collision in front. Joshua Simmons, the chance. Interference. It looked as though as Simmons was trying to get to the ball, the goaltender jumped out and actually ran into Simmons. Referee saw it differently. Power play for the Kings. Great opportunity here. Just under 5 minutes to go. Tie game to go on the power play. Timeout. The Kings have called a timeout to set up their power play. Scheduled for about 15 minutes from now. Boys under 17. New Tecumseh Extreme. Ontario against Newfoundland Labrador Select. So another Ontario, Newfoundland, and Labrador matchup. All right, finally the Kings get it in over the blue line. Kings bench screaming for a penalty there as one of their players was tripped up. Acachella now down into the corner. Borges back at the point. Atman, the other side. Strain. Shot hit the outside of the goal. Cleared away by Compton into the corner. Under a minute and a half to go in the power play. De Silva. Acachella to De Silva. Down low. This is DeRose. 22. Ampman over the other side. Strain. Shot blocked by Lambswood. Strain has it again. 1 minute to go in the power play. Ampman looking for a deflection. Got one, but it went wide. DeRose is on it. Back to Strain. Big slap shot. And Compton got that. I think at the side of the goal, De Silva even got a piece of it on the deflection, and Compton still able to catch it. 48 seconds left in the power play. Ampman. DeRose. Back to Ampman. De Silva tried to knock it down with his stick. Unable to. Players pile in along the boards. Taking time off the clock. Newfoundland Labrador Happy to hold it there. Finally, De Silva comes away with it. De Silva trying to bust in towards the goal. It's cleared to the boards. Getting to it first was Lambswood, sending it down the floor. And Lavisa forced to hold on to it with just 9 seconds to go in the power play. Not what the Kings wanted there. Face off in their own end. It'll be Philpott against Ferlito. Down the floor, and that'll be a flooring call as the penalty expires. All right, so Newfoundland Labrador killed that one off. Compton came up with a couple of pretty good saves. 2:50 to go here in the third period in the game. No overtime in the preliminary rounds. Once we get to elimination games, playoffs, semifinals, all that kind of good stuff, they will play 10-minute sudden death 4-on-4 to break a tie. That's kept in by the Kings. Sorry, by Newfoundland and Labrador. Here's Flynn. Backhand. Scores! That changed direction, hit someone in front. The goaltender was screened. Lavisa never saw it until it was past him. And Newfoundland and Labrador come all the way back from down 3-0 to take a 5-4 lead late in this one. This is Flynn. The backhand, you see the traffic in front, hit somebody. That's a good goal. See who gets credit for it. Okay, they're giving it to Flynn, so if it went off somebody, which I think it did, it must have gone off the defenseman. Hernum, all alone, trying to catch up. Jones, Hernum still with it. Now he'll give it to Jones behind the goal. Off the boards, back to Earl. Long shot in, knocked down by Lavisa, then he'll cover the rebound. Wasn't a hard backhand by Flynn, but I definitely think it hit somebody in front. And the fact that Flynn gets credited with the goal says it hit a Kings player. That shot hit the outside of the goal. Down to 1.5 minutes exactly. No, they just let another 2 seconds run off the clock after the whistle. Somebody across the way yelled, "Stop the clock." Kings threw it right through the crease. Acachella in front and cleared away. That was DCO had the chance down the left side. Ended up with a shot on goal. Now it comes to the side of the goal. Compton's got it, hangs on. Face off deep in select territory. Face off win for the Kings. Down into the corner, picked up there by Maloney. That's picked up. De Silva trying to work off the boards, gets it right in front. They don't get a shot through to goal. Net is empty. That shot put wide by Ferlito. Kings have got 6 players out on the floor. Down to 37 seconds. That's going to come up into the stands. And the clock ran about 4 seconds, came off. The referee will come over. They put some more time up on the clock, 36 seconds. Pass misfires, going back to get it, Borges. Long pass up, they'll get it in. De Silva flips it ahead, in behind the goal. Compton comes out to play it to the boards. DCO to the front of the goal. Ferlito with a chance, huge save by Compton, unbelievable. One of the best saves we have seen in a long time. Ferlito had the tying goal on his stick. Looked like there was plenty of room to the goaltender's right, and Compton stuck out the right pad with an amazing save to keep Newfoundland and Labrador in front by 1. Ferlito will not get a better chance. He was robbed. Nothing wrong that he did. Got away a great shot right for that open side of the net. Time winding down, 10 seconds. DCO with a shot, that's on goal. Scramble in front, ball is loose, still loose, they score! 2.2 seconds left. The Kings have tied it up. What a game. And it's going to be Ferlito, who was robbed just a second ago. Comes back and gets one. See, it's going to be thrown in front of the goal by DCO, and then the scramble is on. Compton can't find it. There you see Ferlito in front. It goes home. I think it was Ferlito. Wow, 2.2 seconds. The importance of putting that time back on the clock. You think, what's a couple of seconds here and there? Well, a couple of seconds here and there is the difference between a loss and a tie. What makes a big difference? It's important to get the time right. All right, that's going to do it. Well, a terrific game. Kings jumped out 3-0. Selects came back, led it 5-4. And with 2.2, had probably a fitting end to this one. Great game. Great game, both teams. We'll see what the next one brings. We're going to step up in weight class, go to the under-17s. In the boys, there's the under-19, the under-17, and the under-15. It is Ferlito. Wow. So disappointed just seconds before that he didn't score on that great opportunity in the slot, and then comes back and gets one. New to Tecumseh Extreme, Newfoundland and Labrador selects U17. Next. We'll get the player of the game selections before we take a break.
NL Select U15 player of the game goes to number 14, Jordan Flynn.
Jordan Flynn, who had a heck of a game for the selects. He picks up player of the game.
Player of the game for the Caledon Kings goes to number 7, Joseph Ferlito.
Ferlito, who tied it. 2.2 seconds left. Player of the game. All right, time to step aside. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Newfoundland Labrador selects Newt comes with Extreme. Boys under 17.